My name is Emmalyn, I'm 12 years old, and I'm a video director. One of the main reasons I got really involved into video and just the tech world is because my dad was really interested in cameras and editing and doing short films himself. And he's like, this is one of my old tape recorders, and he basically offered it to me. I would just record silly little videos and short clips at church and outside. That was probably the first thing that really got me into tech. I was 9 years old at that time. I went with my parents to a volunteer meeting here at the church. They were talking about places to serve and how to volunteer at the church. And when I heard video mentioned, I thought that's something I had an interest in. So I talked to my dad about it, and we got it all arranged that I was gonna run my first tripod camera. I was kind of just taking up after my dad. After about 3 or 4 months volunteering, I was asked to run the PTZ cameras, so the robotic cameras, and sit in the back camera room. Going from 1 camera to 3 cameras was a big jump and just a lot more responsibility. About 5 months later, I was helping running cameras in the back video room, and the person next to me who was directing got really stressed just from the camera switching and just all of the chaos, so they decided they didn't want to direct anymore. The only other option was to switch with me. So I went from running PTZs to directing about a month later.
Emmalyn was the first person under the age of 18 that we had volunteer on tech teams. I have to be completely honest, I was very nervous. I took a big risk because I could see even behind the nervousness and the shyness of the 11-year-old, I knew that she had that spark. I knew that she wanted to do it and she wanted to do it well. So I took the risk. What happened was she knocked it out of the park. She was nervous about speaking with authority to people on her team because she was the youngest person on her team, but once she found her voice, we were golden.
I went to FILO for the first time in 2023. When I first walked in to the church FILO was being hosted at, it was so big, it was insane. I was shocked at how many people were in there compared to what I normally see on a Sunday. Just the sheer amount of people that do what I do is crazy. A lot of the things I learned at FILO was going from fades to just cuts because it looks smoother, and that I need to put myself in the position of the viewer. So I think, is this really what I want to see in this shot? Like if there's drums, why am I seeing keys? Also just planning out my shots with my camera people, what I want to see for that Sunday, instead of just saying, can I have this now? Can I have this now? And just rushing it all and trying to get through it. I really enjoyed at FILO how I could spend time bonding with my team members, getting to know them better, keeping those connections strong. During one of the breakouts at FILO, I got to sit in on a Q&A with some of the people there, and I asked a question, and it was, how do I get more volunteers at church? They told me that a great way to do it is putting up posters or just putting it in whatever announcements loop you have or out on the website and just constantly let people know that you can serve. After FILO, I thought, let's just see how this works, getting more volunteers. And I had my best friend sit in while I video directed, and coincidentally, there was an open spot for cameras that I needed on my week that I served. So she sat in and tried out the cameras, and now she's a constant volunteer and she loves it just as much as I do. I thought it was really cool that I could start video at 10 years old, and now being 12, me and my best friend being the youngest serving, and that you don't have to wait till you're older and you can start serving now. If I could say one thing to people who are considering volunteering or are already volunteering, it's so important that you're giving your yes to the Lord and to the church and just volunteering wherever you can, because it doesn't matter what age you are. Even if you don't think you're good at it, it's still giving your yes, and that's so important to the Lord.
In our community, we all want to go up together. We really want to be the body of Christ together. And so I've begun to learn that even as my daughter, her win is my win. It's our whole community's win. So if she's growing in that area, adding to it, we're all benefiting. So if a 10-year-old is ready, a 9-year-old, I don't know, why would we not have the whole body of Christ participate?
For people who are in tech director or tech leadership positions, something that's really important to consider is everybody. Even if you don't think they can do it, give them that chance. And you might be giving someone an opportunity just like I was given the opportunity.